Live. It's now live. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and then text me if something goes, no. Okay, yeah, but I don't know if he's signed in yet, so I don't know. So, ready. Great, thanks, bye. Well, hello and welcome everybody to 3 Secrets to Confidently Increase Your Prices by Lynn Schulte. That would be me. I look forward to sharing this information with you today. And I apologize if there was a glitch in the system. They were updating YouTube, and I originally had planned on this webinar being at 10 a.m. and Webinar Jam said 11 a.m. So I don't know if that has messed any of you up, but do know that I plan on doing an encore of this talk later on, so I hope to get those if that was a glitch for anybody else. So let's go ahead and jump on in to our presentation here. Who this is for, I would love to help those of you that are giving all of your services away for free. I know so many women who are so nice and don't feel like they should charge for their services, or, it just kind of happens in conversations. We end up just kind of trying to help the person without realizing that we're actually working right then and there, and we should really be charging and setting up an appointment and charging someone for that time and the information that we're giving them. So we're going to talk about more of that. But this is also for those of you that might be feeling resentful about your current pricing and what you're charging for your work. I know I had that experience, and it doesn't feel good. And so really being able to charge what feels good for you really makes your business run a lot smoother and makes you a lot happier. So the other thing is, if this is for you, if you would like to increase your prices but you don't know how. I know so many women are told, well, you just need to increase your prices, but yet there's so much resistance to doing that you really don't know how to do that. So what we're going to cover today is there's 3 telling signs that you need to increase your prices now. We're going to cover what those 3 signs are. We're going to talk about how you stop giving your services away for free. We're also going to talk about the crucial mistakes to avoid when increasing your rates, and also how to have your clients love your new rates. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it really can happen. And the missing ingredient, it goes beyond a mindset shift to raise your prices. Then we're also going to talk about how to establish your divine price point and confidently ask for it. So why should you listen to me? Well, I'd love to share a little bit about my journey and where I am today. I am loving my life right now. I have a beautiful, big, light-filled house in a neighborhood where all my friends live. We have a community pool, which is wonderful during these hot summer days. And I get to enjoy opening my window every morning and seeing what the Rocky Mountains and the weather has in store for us that day. And I work from home. So I'm here for my 2 boys who I get to help them get off to school and be here when they come home. And I get to share my passions and work with the most amazing women. I love waking up feeling so grateful for my life. And yet it wasn't always this way. I was happily living my dream life in Seattle back in, I lived in Seattle for 14 years with my young family. I have 2 boys. Actually, here's a picture of my 2 boys and my dog now. We were living in Seattle with my husband, and these guys were younger at the time. And I'm a women's health physical therapist, and so I've owned 2 successful PT practices in my career, and I had a really successful practice working out of my home in Seattle, and I loved it there. But my husband wasn't happy. And so in 2008, we moved through guidance. We kind of got some spiritual guidance that we needed to move to Boulder, Colorado. And so I had to start all over again. And what I decided was this time I was not going to deal with insurances. So that was going to make creating my practice a little more challenging. And of course, I made all the mistakes you do in trying to start your business, and I've increased my prices many times with my 2 businesses. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. But when I moved here to Boulder, I really found a specialty niche working with pregnant and postpartum women. And I've quickly become known as the postpartum recovery expert here in Boulder and Denver. And I love helping women to heal and reconnect back into their body, and specifically their pelvic area. And as I was doing this, I started hearing how I was changing all these women's lives. I would hear people say, "Oh, Lynn, you changed my life. You changed my life." And really, all I was doing was helping them connect back into the power and the energy of their pelvic space. And I started using this work on myself, and I found out something that really helped change my life as well. And as I connected into my pelvic space, I realized my truth. I realized that this pelvic space does not allow for any lies. When you connect in here, you are going to find your truth. And my truth was that my marriage wasn't working for me anymore. I had compromised and devalued myself to try to make someone else happy, and it just wasn't working for me anymore. I couldn't do it. And when I was claiming my power back within me and connecting to my pelvic space, it really became more and more uncomfortable because I knew what my truth was. And so after much struggle and resistance and a lot of tears, I ended my marriage. And it turned out to be the best thing that has happened for me and for all of us, really. My boys probably won't agree with this, but it really has helped them out as well. And you can see how beautiful they are. I know all of our kids are beautiful to us, but, and I just want to be clear here. I don't want to make I don't want you to get me wrong here, and that I'm not telling you that if you connect into this power, you're going to end your marriage. That's not always the case. What does happen though, is when you harness the power within your pelvic space, you really do find your truth, and your value, and your confidence, and you get to live the life that you really want to live. And I am so living the life I want to live right now, and I finally can say that I am living my true divine purpose. I started attracting to me women entrepreneurs, and in helping them connect into this area, I found and they found that it was helping them change their businesses. They were becoming more successful, they were working with greater ease and joy, and they were attracting to them more money, more clients, and they were able to have the confidence to charge more for their work. And I so would love that for all of you. So let's go ahead and dive right into the information here. And we're going to look at the 3 indicators that you need to increase your prices. And the first one is if you feel resentful at all about what you're charging. When people go to pay you, if it doesn't feel really, really good and juicy, then you may not be charging enough. And I know I tried this. I thought, well, I'm not getting that many clients in at first when I was starting my practice, so I'll just discount my prices to get more people in the door. That's not actually what happens. What happens is you attract to you those people that don't want to pay much for the work, they don't value your work, and they tend to become a pain in the butt. And so there's something special about really finding your juicy divine price point and putting that out in the world, that you attract to you the right people for you to work with. So if you're feeling resentful, you need to increase your prices. Also, if you are too busy and you're seeing too many clients, you should increase your prices. And what may happen is that some of the clients may not continue on with you, but that's okay, because you'll be making the increase up with the increased price. The decrease will be made up from the increased price point. And I've seen this over and over and over in my practice as well. The other indicator that you need to increase your prices is you're too comfortable. Now, we are in business here to help others, and when you own your own business, it is all about you. And so if you want to know how any business is run, you need to look at the CEO of that business, because their energy is running that business. And so if you're feeling too comfortable, then you're not at your growing edge. You're not stretching yourself. You're not putting your best effort, your best work out there, because you get too comfortable. You might be getting lazy and really stretching yourself. So I just invite you, if you are too comfortable with your prices, you definitely need to increase it. And the other thing too is, now you need to be careful with this, but if you do offer discounted sessions for whatever reason, if you have a sliding scale, if you increase your prices, if you do discount it, then you don't feel resentful or you feel bad about your discounted prices. And so the way I've built my practice is I offer a free class to the public, and as a special reward or bonus for coming to the class, I offer them a discounted session for a session. That way I get them in the door, they experience my work, and then we can see if it's a fit for us to continue working together. And so that's just a business model that I have developed, and it works well for me. Now, some people, if you're in the coaching business, um, sorry, I am it's saying that there's connection difficulty. So, all right, just tried plugging in my computer more. Okay, hopefully that is better. So, Interesting. I'm going to pause here for just a minute because it's saying I am not on. Huh. It's saying that I'm not. I just got a text from someone saying that I'm not on Webinar Jam. So if y'all can just hang on for a minute here. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm live. I'm doing it.
No, you're not. We can't see you. You've got a whole list of people who are telling you, I can't hear it. Where's Lynn? Hi, Lynn. I hope it starts soon.
Oh my gosh, because I'm in the other. So I have no idea where you guys are at.
Well, we're